And it's a beautiful day across the Houston area. Here's the Katy Freeway looking inbound towards downtown, and we're already headed towards one of those steamy days. It's 83 degrees and the humidity can be felt out there. In fact, we're heating up rather nicely. 87 in Pearland, 84 in Sugarland, and all across the board, we're either in the low, mid, or beginning to feel in those upper 80s. In fact, it feels much warmer. Galveston almost feels like 100 degrees, feeling at 97 this hour, and we're in the 10 o'clock hour of the morning. I think that should tell you just how hot it will feel and be later on today. In fact, 88 in Bush, 94 in Hobby, 90 in Sugarland. That's because of the humidity that we have in place. Anything above 60 already starts to feel uncomfortable, and we have dew point levels in the 70s. In fact, Galveston has a dew point of 78 degrees. It's like walking outside and just stepping into water. That's how soupy it feels out there. Speaking of water, Oyster Creek, Bastrop Bayou, and the Brazos River are still running high, and they're going to continue to run high well into next week. The good news is the flood advisory that we do have in place for Brazoria County does expire at 10:45 tonight. That's a sign of the drier conditions coming in from what we've had. In fact, although we have rain in the forecast, it's not as much rain as we've had lately. And no rain to worry about across the immediate Houston metro area right now. However, towards Lake Jackson, once again, Brazoria County, we do have a couple of showers starting to pop up. That's with this wave of showers moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. Notice how they die out as they encounter the dry air that we do have in place. That's a good thing, and that's all thanks to the ridge of high pressure that we have had for much of the week. In fact, that has kept us relatively nice and dry, and that is going to be moving off to the east this weekend. It's also helped some of that steamy setup as well, so do keep in mind it's going to feel uncomfortable when you step outside. Now, going through the weekend, as this area of high pressure starts to move on to the eastern half of the country, we get into some of this return flow. That means it's going to be even more humid if it's not already, but that also means that the rain chance does come back into the picture. In fact, that return flow going into the weekend starts to increase the coverage and intensity of some of the showers that we do have across southeastern Texas. Now, while I do think this model is overdone, it does paint the picture of the fact that the rain chance this weekend is going to be much greater and a little bit more widespread than what we had earlier this week. Still shouldn't be anything in terms of flooding. Relatively light rain showers compared to the rain that we've had over the past week. This afternoon, we will have a stray shower possible. It's going to be hot and humid with those highs right around 90 degrees. Going into your overnight hours, though, still muggy, but those temperatures fall to much more comfortable levels in the low 70s. Now, going through the overnight hours and into tomorrow, we're going to remain steamy. Once that sun comes out, heats us up to about 90 degrees again. Then we have those spotty showers once again in the afternoon. For the weekend, the rain chance is at its highest, but notice it's at 30%. Once again, not a washout, so if you have weekend plans, don't cancel them by any means. Just have a backup plan. Maybe take that umbrella or poncho with you. Monday and Tuesday, we still have a very small rain chance, but we dry out for the middle of next week. In fact, the Dynamo game for next Saturday also looks great. Temperatures, though, are in the 90s, so take that sunscreen and have a way to cool down.